Junior rods. Out there we have number 41, Nicole Astelbert. Number 58, Rio Osborne. 26, Shannon Moore. And 825, Kian Pears, who'll get us going in the glorious sunshine here in Onchan in the Isle of Man. The first race of the afternoon. Just 4 cars involved over 8 laps. There's the green flag for the first time today. And it will be 58 Rio Osborne first through, setting the pace. 41 Astelbert being pipped by 825 Kian Pears there. A terrific start from him as he chases early inroads there. He trails 58 Rio Osborne early on, but look at that speed he's getting on the back straight. As they go around turn 4. And it's still 58 Rio Osborne leading, but only very, very slightly. And then a bit further back, you've got 41 Nicole Astelbert in third. And not too far behind her is 26 Shannon Moore. But this looks like it's going to be an overtake for 825 Kian Pears as they race around turn 3 into turn 4. Osborne just holding on to it at the moment. But some fantastic speed from 825 Kian Pears has put him in pole position very, very early on. Going round turn 2 onto that back straight, he speeds away and he has now got the lead ahead of 58 Rio Osborne, who had it from the start, but now has to respond accordingly and try and chase down 825 Kian Pears, who's been a man of many victories in this 2020 season. And it's a fantastic start for him this afternoon. Only 4 cars involved. An earlier incident in practice seems to have put number 10, Kian Staniford, out of this particular race. And there's no change in the order. Still Kian Pears in car 825 ahead of 58 Rio Osborne in second. And a bit further back, you've got 41 Nicole Astelbert in third and 26 Shannon Moore in fourth. And there has been no change for the last few laps, which has just seen Kian Pears just extend that lead ever so slightly with each passing lap. He's got 2 laps to go, and he is firmly in control of the opening contest of this afternoon's race meeting, the penultimate one of this season. What a great season it has been for Kian Pears. He's got 1 lap remaining of this opening race of the afternoon, and he is absolutely cruising. And now it's just a case of playing it safe and seeing the job through. As he rounds turn 4 on his final lap, the checkered flag is waving for 825 Kian Pears. A winning start for him. Rio Osborne in car 58 takes second place. And 41 Nicole Astelbert only just ahead of 26 Shannon Moore in third place. But all of the competition on the track was trailing Kian Pears by quite some distance, in truth, at the end of that race. A bright start for him then on a bright afternoon here at Onchan Raceway. Let's hear it for your race winner, number 825, Kian Pears. Confirmation, your race winner, number 825, Kian Pears. Well, up there we have 357, Jamie Turnbull. 12 is Tommy Atkins. 53 is Josh French. His second meeting back. His first was last week. He'll want to build on those performances. He was the man to beat. Last week was 101. Big Sav Mike Savino. Can he have a repeat performance this week? Topping the podium behind those pair, number 69, Georgina Moore. 337 is Lee Merriweather this afternoon. And lining up alongside him, is number 22, the Maverick, Nick Ford, already crowned champion with the points tally that he has amassed so far in the production rods this season. And 538, we'll say, is Ian Neal. But it is the higher car. I have Ian Neal's name written down, so we shall assume it's him in car 538, sorry. Jamie Turnbull leads the way, early doors ahead of 12, Tommy Atkins, followed by 101, Mike Savino. Listen to the roar of those engines as they pass the main stand. We'll look to see who has a bright start here as 22, Nick Ford catches up and surpasses number 69, Georgina Moore, on the back straight on the approach to turn 3. And Savino has overtaken Atkins there to move into second place, and Atkins just providing a bit of competition and a bit of an obstacle there for the other drivers, 53, Josh French, and 22, Nick Ford, to overtake, but they have done duly. A little shunt there from Nick Ford into the back of car 53, Josh French. He's drifting wide there is Nick Ford. There's a tactic which hasn't quite come off this time. 12, Tommy Atkins looks to be having a few problems with his car. He's lost some power as he goes down turn 1 on his latest lap. And still neck and neck on 53, Josh French, and 22, Nick Ford. They're trying to close in on 101, Mike Savino, who is second only to 357, Jamie Turnbull, and Jamie Turnbull is quite a way ahead of 101, Mike Savino. I've said it a couple of times already this season, 357 Turnbull tends to start strongly. There are question marks if he can sustain that over the full 10-lap period of the race. It's been a terrific start from him. He is quite a way ahead of 101, Mike Savino, and still going toe-to-toe at the moment. 22, Nick Ford, and 53, who's just ahead by a nose, Josh French. And they really are having quite the battle there for third spot at the moment. It's great to see 53, Josh French, back here. He's giving the 2020 champion a run for his money at the moment. He can't seem to shake her off. 53, Josh French. And there is a bit of a gap between Savino and those pair who are battling it out for third. It looks like 22 Ford has now successfully made the overtake. Can he get away from him as he hares down that back straight? Coming around the corners, I think he has now got a bit of daylight between himself and 53, Josh French, who's also being followed closely by 337, Lee Merriweather. Well, 357, Jamie Turnbull. He's going to get the opening win in the production rods this afternoon. A shake of the fist from him as he celebrates that victory. He'll be absolutely delighted with that. 101, Savino settles for second, and 22, Nick Ford in third place. That tells you something about the scale of victory there for 357, Jamie Turnbull. The calibre of drivers he's beaten for that checkered flag in the opening race this afternoon in the production rods. Delight for him. And the man with JT on the back of his car picks up the checkered flag. You could see how pleased he was with that win, and he'll go around now for his victory lap. So put your hands together for your race winner, the driver of car number 357, Jamie Turnbull. Charlie Sigley, the number of the beast, 666, Nick Collister, 171, Ryan Edmonds, number 23 is Gemma Moore. Then we have 30, William Kane Squares involved in the action straight away with 77, Robin Hooper, and 728, Tom Westbrook also getting involved there. And 24, Lee Jordan is also out on the track. And last but by no means least is number 18, Grant Crellin. They are your drivers this afternoon, and William Kane squares 666 Nick Hollister and 77 Robert Hooper instantly involved in collisions. The handbrake on for 398 Charlie Sigley as he rounds turn 4. Overtaken then is number 18, Grant Crellin by 171 Ryan Edmonds, and then by 23 Gemma Moore, 7 to 8 Tom Westbrook. Is he going to have another little go there? He goes around the outside of 18 Grant Crellin, and he's followed by 24 Lee Jordan. And Lee Jordan, it is worth noting, he came out onto the track and then left briefly before resuming and rejoining the action. Whether that was just fine-tuning for him and his team as that roar from the engine of 18 Grant Crellin passes the main stand here. 666 Nick Hollister and 30 William Kane squares are out of action, it would seem. That's a hefty roar from Grant Crellin, followed by number 77 Robert Hooper. 23 Gemma Moore is chasing down 24 Lee Jordan. Are we going to see a bit of contact there? I wonder, as Jordan then eventually speeds away from 23 Gemma Moore. Have we got the collisions out of the way early doors in this race? I wonder. 7 to 8 Tom Westbrook approaching. 171 Ryan Edmonds. Listen to the screech of the tyres there. A bit of debris falls from the car of 171 Ryan Edmonds. And then avenging that, 24 Lee Jordan. A man on a mission as he tries to tag back 7 to 8 Tom Westbrook. Just as we thought it had gone a bit tame, it livens right back up again. 24 Lee Jordan seems to have the car of 7 to 8 Tom Westbrook firmly in his sights. But at the moment he just can't quite get close enough to Westbrook. Not long left in this race then, with 7 to 8 Tom Westbrook and 24 Lee Jordan seemingly having a mini battle out there on the track. And the tone really was set very early on between 77 Robert Hooper and number 30 Squares. 1 lap to go, 7 to 8 Tom Westbrook is in pole position by my reckoning, and it looks like he is indeed going to go on and seal victory in race 1 of the bangers this afternoon. It is 7 to 8 Tom Westbrook, 24 Lee Jordan in second. A number of retirements then. 666 Nick Hollister, number 30 Squares William Kane, and 398 Charlie Sigley. Those 3 cars didn't complete the race. One man who did though, one man who's smiling at the end of it all, taking the plaudits from race 1 in the bangers this afternoon. He picks up the checkered flag. He will go on for his victory lap. He takes in the round of applause from this wonderful crowd at Onchan Raceway. He is your race winner. He's number 7 to 8, Tom Westbrook. Confirmation, your race winner, number 7 to 8, Tom Westbrook. Which we assume was the reason he wasn't out there for race 1 of the junior rods this afternoon. It really is an education for these young drivers between 10 and 16, and Cian Staniford had a terrific outing last time around. 3 wins from 4 races. He does have the chance to do that again if he can stay out for the remaining races in this class this afternoon. Also out there on the track, 58 is Rio Osborne, number 41 is Nicole Astelbert, 825 is Kian Pears, and 26 is Shannon Moore. It was Pears who got the opening win of the afternoon in the junior rods. But now there's increased competition with 10 Staniford joining the field. And we know what a brilliant start 58 Rio Osborne made before eventually being overtaken by Kian Pears in race 1 this afternoon. The green flag's waving, we're racing once again. And all eyes to see how those front 3 early doors, Staniford, Osborne and Pears, and how they start the race. And they're closely bunched early on there. Number 10 Staniford leads ahead of 58 Rio Osborne with 825 Kian Pears in third. Speeding away there, number 10 Staniford, and Osborne has been overtaken by Pears. He saw the space and he really went for it. That was a brilliant overtake from 825 Kian Pears. Sensational stuff from him. And only 8 laps, so you have to make your moves early in this race, and he's seen a bit of space there, trying to take the longer route around the outside, but his car does have the power. He'll be forced to continue the overtake into turn 4, but eventually it proves successful. Advantage Kian Pears in race 2 of the junior rods early doors then. 41 Nicole Astelbert and 26 Shannon Moore in 4th and 5th respectively, but 26 Shannon Moore with the overtake there, and it seems as this number 10 Kian Staniford is still having problems, which will have come about from that incident in practice. His car doesn't seem to be firing on all cylinders, and he's been overtaken by Rio Osborne, 26 Shannon Moore and 41 Nicole Astelbert, but he is still going, and that's encouraging signs for Staniford and his team. 58 Osborne is in second, but he's getting away from them once again, isn't he? The race leader on the track, 825 Kian Pears. And at times he just looks unbeatable. Is this going to be a race meeting where 825 Kian Pears takes home a 100% record? He's going exactly the right way about it, isn't he? He's got a very comfortable lead, as he had in race 1. As he heads on to his final lap, he's about a quarter of a lap ahead of his nearest challenger on the track, and that is 58 Rio Osborne, who's been caught up by 26 Shannon Moore. A brilliant drive from her to finishing in 4th last time around. She's up into 3rd ahead of 41 Astelbert and 10 Kian Staniford, but 825 Kian Pears does indeed get the win. Despite being pushed all the way, 58 Rio Osborne does claim 2nd, 26 Shannon Moore in 3rd place. Then comes 41 Nicole Astelbert and number 10 Kian Staniford. And as we've mentioned, his car still not in 100% shape following that incident in practice. But warm applause again for the 2nd time this afternoon. He's got his hands on the checkered flag. He'll go around now to take in the reception from this crowd, but he is your race winner. It's 825 Kian Pears. We'll find out very, very shortly. Number 12 is Tommy Atkins in the red and black. Then we have 53, the sky blue of Josh French. 101 is Big Sav, Mike Savino. 69 is Georgina Moore. 337 this afternoon is Lee Merriweather. The Maverick Nick Ford in car 22. And 538 is Ian Neal. as we await the green flag to signal the start of racing. And right on cue, it arrives. Turnbull can't make it 2 from 2 then. As Savino tries to make an electric start and go round 53, Josh French. And Josh French had a brilliant battle on the track with 22 Nick Ford in that first race. Nick Ford did prevail, but it took him quite a while just to overtake 53 Josh French. And that could be a familiar theme, because whilst it's only his second race meeting of the 2020 season for 53 Josh French, he is no stranger to this track. He's got plenty of experience, and he is a wise head and a very intelligent driver. Cluster of cars passes us here in the main stand, led by 101 Mike Savino. He's the man in second place as it stands. And look how close they are. Was there contact there between Lee Merriweather and 12 Tommy Atkins? If there was, it was very minimal, and neither car came off the worst for him. 337 Lee Merriweather has now overtaken 12 Tommy Atkins. He's following 53 French on the track, who is in third place at the moment behind 101 Mike Savino, and the man who is getting away from the chasing pack, that is 357 Jamie Turnbull, who's searching for his second victory in succession in the production lots. A bit of smoke coming from the back of 101 Mike Savino there as he goes round turn 1. 22, Nick Ford, he's going to have a go at rounding 337 Lee Merriweather. Both of those have been successful here at Onchan Raceway this season. 22, Nick Ford, he needs really no introduction. He is the champion for 2020 in the production rods. He's not had all his own way though this afternoon, has he? Third place in race 1. And he's currently battling it out for fourth place at the moment with 337 Lee Merriweather, who handbrake on there, and that is a brilliant bit of driving from Lee Merriweather to keep him just ahead of 22 Nick Ford. But in the end, persistence seems to be paying off, but he's bouncing back. Lee Merriweather and 22 Nick Ford for fourth place at the moment. Meanwhile, 53 Josh French has just closed the gap on second place of 101 Mike Savino. Well, it's an interesting watch, this. Nick Ford has since gone past 337 Lee Merriweather. He'll now be hoping to seize a top 3 spot from the likes of either 53 Josh French or 101 Mike Savino. Savino's got the advantage in second at the moment, but there's not too much in it. And he'll know that there is pressure on from 53 Josh French. Well, it's about to go for the drivers out there. The checkered flag is being readied, and 357 Jamie Turnbull, who's not just got one victory this afternoon, it's now 2 from 2 for Turnbull. 101 Savino, second spot this afternoon, and 53 Josh French, he's one up on the last race in third. Nick Ford in fourth, and that's a rarity. He's usually right at the front. He'll be wanting to remedy that in the coming races in the production rods this afternoon, but it's 2 from 2 for Turnbull. Well, you could see the joy on his face from the victory in the first race. How are you feeling now with a second win to his name? He's going round for his victory lap. Let's hear it for your race winner, number 357, Jamie Turnbull. Confirmation, your race winner, number 357, Jamie Turnbull. But it is still a strong field. Green flag waving once again. Sigley first through, followed by Nick Hollister. There's 171 Ryan Edmonds, 23 Gerald Moore, 30 William Kane, and 77 Robert Hooper. Now, there were early collisions in the last race when these cars were out there. A fairly tame start on that front then. But we know that when these cars are racing, there's little love lost between them. And a fierce 30, William Kane, then 77, Robert Hoover, both into 171, Ryan Edmonds, who's taken huge punishment there as Sigley and 666 cause to come to blows. Sigley pulls up in the centre field, but that was an absolutely brutal collision involving 171 Ryan Edmonds. I think that was 30 William Kane, 77 Robert Hoover also involved there. 7 to 8 top of your possessions. If you're missing your house key though, or car key, just a key, it's been handed in. Make yourself known to staff and you'll be able to retrieve that and hopefully get back into your locker, your house, your car, whatever it is that key is for. But the green flag waving, I say racing once again, it's 1v1, 23v24, that's Gemma Moore against 24 Lee Jordan, just 5 laps. I'll be honest, it's going to be very difficult for me to make this one sound incredibly interesting. 23, Gemma Moore though is leading. The excitement building. 24, look at Lee Jordan. You're not going to get hit. Chasing her every step of the way. What a rivalry this is. I've seen some races in my time, but this one probably tops the pile. An intense battle. Gemma Moore has the lead ahead of 24 Lee Jordan. Is there going to be late drama in this one? A final twist in the tail. Well, I really couldn't call this one. 23 Gemma Moore though. What a drive it's been. She's ahead of every other driver out there on the track, which is 24 Lee Jordan in second, although he has cut that gap. Not long left in this race then. 23 Gemma Moore. She's had the edge from the outset. She goes round the final couple of corners. And I don't think there's going to be a late upset. Cheers then for 23 Gemma Moore. 24 Lee Jordan managing to hang on to second place ahead of, well, no one. Well, there may be a photo finish here. No, we have got it confirmed now. Put your hands together for the race winner. A superb drive from a superb driver. It's 23 Gemma Moore. Confirmation, your race winner, number 23, Gemma Moore. Junior Rods, race 3 time. 2 wins from 2 for Cian Pearce. We noticed that number 10, Cian Stanford, was having problems in that last race. He wasn't here in race 1. And that's a shame, especially after the week he had 7 days ago. 3 from 4 for Cian Stanford, but problems persisting mean he won't take part in race 3. Out there though, 58 Rhea Osborne, 41 Nicole Astlebert, 825 is Cian Pearce, and 26 is Shannon Moore. These drivers can be no older than 16, but some of them drive well beyond their years. Collision between 3 cars there. 825 Cian Pearce with 26 Shannon Moore and then 41 Nicole Astlebert. Possibly space that wasn't there. Possibly a bit over eager there. 58 Osborne does have the lead. And 825 Kean Pearce has moved into second early on. But contact between three cars there. There has been drama in the junior rods this season. A huge learning curve for these young drivers. 58 Rio Osborne just trying to hold a tight line there and do all he can to thwart any attempts from 825 Kean Pearce to overtake him and move into the lead. One trend of today so far has been when Kean Pearce is in the lead, he doesn't lose it. And that's why it's incredibly important for Rio Osborne just to cling on in any way whatsoever into pole position for as long as possible. He'll be hoping it's for the entirety of this race. But he'll be able to feel 825 Kean Pearce breathing down his neck. There really isn't much in it. Credit to 26 Shannon Moore, despite early contact from 825 Kean Pearce. She's right up there in the mix, in third at the moment, within touching distance of 825 Kean Pearce, both of them trailing 58 Rio Osborne, who's done a remarkable job so far in this race. 3 laps to go, and it's Osborne who is in the lead. There really isn't much in it between those front three. All could change in the remaining laps. So far, so good for Rio Osborne. I mean, the other drivers out there are making him sweat. But he's the coolest man in the stadium right now. 58 Rio Osborne just needs to stay calm, composed, and try and hold that line as tight as possible. As again, just blocking off that route for 825 Kean Pearce. 1 lap to go. Will there be a final twist? It is so close between those front three. 58 Rio Osborne, he has the advantage. They go around the final 2 corners. Osborne holding on to that lead. Will there be a late charge? 26 Shannon Moore trying to go ahead of 825 Kean Pearce. 58 Rio Osborne has hung on to victory. Ecstasy for 58 Rio Osborne. 825 Kean Pearce did manage to hang on to second place. That's despite a great effort from 26 Shannon Moore. Well, it wasn't just talent there, it was also sheer grit and determination. And that's combined to give this man his first victory of the afternoon. Show your appreciation for your race winner, number 58, Rio Osborne. Confirmation, your race winner, number 58, Rio Osborne. Atkins, 53, Josh French, 101, Mike Savino, 69, Georgina Moore, 337, Lee Merriweather, the Maverick, Nick Ford in car 22, and 538, Ian Neal. It's their job to stop Turnbull. It's a job so far they've been unable to achieve. Plenty of very talented drivers taking part in the production rods this afternoon, though. 101 Mike Savino had won 6 consecutive races before today. That was ended by Jamie Turnbull. So Savino knows what it takes to win, as does 22 Nick Ford, who's already crowned Production Rods champion for the 2020 season. But he's not been able to do better than a 3rd place finish so far this afternoon as 22 Nick Ford. We know he's capable of a lot better than that when he's bringing his A game. So 12, Tommy Atkins under early pressure from 101 Savino, and Savino makes the move early on to go round Atkins, followed by 53 Josh French. Savino then moves into second place. He's going to be followed by 53 Josh French, you imagine. But again, having to take the long route round the outside of Atkins. 22 Nick Ford with a much brighter start in this race. Well, he'll be a bit disappointed with how he's been doing so far this afternoon. 22 Nick Ford. He's a born winner. So far, his best result of the afternoon has been third place, and he knows himself he is a lot better than that. 69 Georgina Moore, she has retired. And we'll watch on from the centre field for the remainder of this race. 53 French is in third place at the moment, closely followed by 22 Ford. And those two have been battling it out pretty much all meeting in the production rods. But getting away from them once again is 357 Jamie Turnbull. We said right at the start of this meeting, Turnbull's problem has been staying in the lead. And 22 Nick Ford going wide there and crashing at high speed into the outer safety fencing there. And that looked like a very, very heavy collision. That will shake him up for sure. 357 Jamie Turnbull passing him on the inside as he goes onto the back straight. And 22 Nick Ford in all sorts of problems there. That looked like a nasty bang for him. We hope he's okay. He's made it round and comes to rest in the centre field on that back straight. 101 Mike Savino is he the next to retire. So two big names then. The latest to retire from this race, which is being led by 357 Jamie Turnbull, who's on a hat-trick. 53 Josh French is in second, but some way off the current leader. Retirements in the form of 69 Georgina Moore, then 22 Nick Ford, then 101 Mike Savino. And all this has contributed to a more comfortable race than he probably anticipated for 357 Jamie Turnbull. It's very much been his meeting as he comes round the final corner. And once again, he has been way ahead of every other driver out there on the track. 53 Josh French continues his theme of bettering his final position in each race this afternoon. He's had a fourth place, he's had a third place, and now a second place. But again, another great drive, another drive where he stayed right out in front from the first lap to the last. Top stuff, another terrific drive from your winner, a hat-trick hero. Let's hear it for 357 Jamie Turnbull. Both of those taking part in this race. Also out there, 728 Tom Westbrook, who's got a win to his name this afternoon already. 18 is Grant Crellin. 77 Robert Hooper. The number of the beast, 666 Nick Collister. And King Charles, Charlie Sigley in 398. There were a number of retirements following some very, very severe collisions last time out. And that meant that only two cars remained out there. Will there be lasting damage will have the teams worked incredibly hard to patch up these cars and ensure that they're good to go for another race. As 398 Charlie Sigley drifts wide, 666 Nick Collister on the inside of him on the approach to turn 1. A great overtake from Nick Collister then. 77 Robert Hooper and 24 Lee Jordan, both trailing 23 Gemma Moore, and Nick Collister right into the back of 18 Grant Crellin. 398 Charlie Sigley then powers into the back of Crellin, and Nick Collister turns around right on the track in turn 2 and pummeled into by a couple of the black and blue crew, 24 Lee Jordan and 23. That's Lee Jordan and Gemma Moore passing those two cars, which are now just stranded by the action will resume shortly. There will not be a restart of this race. The yellow flag's waving, and that's as car 18, that of Grant Crellin, remains on the outside of turn 4. Very much a crash corner it has been this afternoon. Retirements in the form of 18 Grant Crellin, 398 Charlie Sigley, 77 Robert Hooper, and 666 Nick Collister as well. 3 left then, 24 Lee Jordan, 23 Gemma Moore. She got the win in the last Bangers race, and 728 Tom Westbrook. 2 of them have already been winners. The other out there, 24 Lee Jordan. He's got his fair share of victories at Onchan Raceway, and he leads the way upon the resumption of the action of this third Bangers race of the afternoon, and he's away flying. He'll just be mindful of not going too wide on that final corner, where he could meet an obstacle in the form of Grant Crellin's car. Plenty of experience in these drivers remaining in this contest. I think all of them in the Bangers have been driving for some years. 24 Lee Jordan way out ahead of 728 Tom Westbrook, who in turn leads 23 Gemma Moore. And again, an action-packed race upon its resumption, probably going to be few and far between in terms of collisions. But all this points to a victory for 24 Lee Jordan. He's the leader on the track. There are 3 laps left for him. Yellow flags still being waved on turn 4. And if anything, he's just extending his lead. 24 Lee Jordan, more of a procession than a race this now. You would say formality, but we have seen some bizarre things at Onchan Raceway in times gone by. A very competent racer though, Lee Jordan. And you'll imagine this will be him cruising to victory. 728 Tom Westbrook, still ahead of 23 Gemma Moore, but it means the third driver on the track, the only one without a race victory, will put that to rest. He has indeed got the checkered flag. Lee Jordan with the victory, 728 Tom Westbrook in second, 23 Gemma Moore will take third. Lots of damage done. But on the restart, only one winner in reality, and that was 24 Lee Jordan. The applause rings out for him. He's got his fans in the crowd, I'm sure they'll be making themselves heard now as he goes round for his lap of honour. Your race winner is number 24, Lee Jordan. Confirmation, your race winner, number 24, Lee Jordan. Race 4 in the junior odds then. 2 wins for 825 Cian Pearce this afternoon, but a brilliant performance from Rio Osborne last time out saw him take the checkered flag. Will they have 2 each? Or will there be a different name topping the pile? 41 Nicole Astelbert and 26 Shannon Moore. The other drivers out there on the track, just the 4 of them this afternoon. Number 10, Cian Staniford, made a fleeting appearance, but he unfortunately has been blighted by problems in this afternoon's meeting and going quite wide there. 825 Cian Pearce, narrowly avoiding the outer safety fencing there, but it's paid off because he's moved into second early on. He looks like a man on a mission on the early laps of this race, and look at that superb speed from Cian Pearce. What can 58 Rio Osborne do to keep him at bay and just fend off that competition from 825 Cian Pearce? It's going to be very difficult now to keep up with him on that back straight. We've seen the speeds that 825 Cian Pearce can reach, but so far doing a commendable job is 58 Rio Osborne. And what's that's just flown off the car, I think, of 825 Cian Pearce there. Didn't quite see what it was, but there's definitely some debris which has flown off the car of, I think, 825 Cian Pearce as they came quite close together, Pearce and Osborne. That is going to be the story of this race. We've got quite the battle on our hands. 825 Cian Pearce, he's on a hat-trick. 58 Rio Osborne, he wants his second win in a row. If he were to do that, I think that would see him top the podium this afternoon by virtue of winning the final 2 races. But he can't be thinking of that right now. He's just got to think of the job in hand. And he is in pole position. He's looking good for it. It's not for want of trying from 825 Cian Pearce. He's in hot pursuit of 58 Rio Osborne. He's prodding and probing, but so far, nothing doing for 825 Cian Pearce, who again is going to have another go around the outside. The racing line of 58 Rio Osborne has been absolutely stunning in the last 2 races. There are 2 laps remaining, and Rio Osborne it is who holds the cards, who will be the champion in this final race in the junior rods this afternoon. Cian Pearce doing all he can to go round 58 Rio Osborne, but his efforts so far in this race are proving fruitless. 1 lap to go. It is going to be a grandstand finish. 2 very, very excellent young drivers in the junior rods. 58 Rio Osborne has the upper hand as they go round the final bend, and it is Rio Osborne who takes the final victory in the junior rods. What a race that was. He made that look far simpler than it was. We know what 825 Cian Pearce can do. He had 2 wins to his name already heading into this race. He was on a hat-trick. And 58 Rio Osborne with a very strong finish to this afternoon's meeting. Delight for him and his fans. He'll go on his 2nd victory lap of the afternoon. An excellent finish to the afternoon for your race winner, number 58, Rio Osborne. Confirmation, your race winner, number 58, Rio Osborne. Race 4 in the production rods, a notable absentee. No Nick Ford in this race. Something to do with that hefty meeting with the outer safety fencing. An almighty bang there. So unfortunately for the crowds, no Nick Ford. Or 101 Mike Savino, another high-profile driver who will not be taking part in race 4 of the production rods. But we do have number 12, Tommy Atkins, 53, Josh French, Georgina Moore in car 69, and Lee Merriweather in car 337. 538 this afternoon, Ian Neal. And a man who's got 3 from 3 and who wants to take home a 100% record this afternoon, 357, Jamie Turnbull. He's been a revelation today, Jamie Turnbull. Head and shoulders above the rest of the competition out there. This would be the icing on the cake if he can continue this fine form into the final race of the afternoon. Number 12, Tommy Atkins, the closest to him out there on the track, but again, a really, really great start from 357, Jamie Turnbull. And that sets you up for the race, really. It lays down a marker. And he has set the standard all afternoon, Jamie Turnbull, in the production rods in car 357. He leads early on. 337, Lee Merriweather trying to go around the outside of 53, Josh French in turn 3 as they go round turn 4 as well. And Tommy Atkins, bit of traffic for the other cars to deal with. They were coming round turn 4 at speed, and 12, Tommy Atkins, almost caught in the firing line, but disaster averted in the nick of time. 337 then, Lee Merriweather is in second place. But he's got some catching up to do if he's to be in with a shout of winning this race. I mean, at the moment, you wouldn't give any other driver a hope in coming out with a checkered flag this afternoon. Because 357, Jamie Turnbull, is streets ahead as 53, Josh French, now battling with number 12, Tommy Atkins, to move into third. They go on to that back straight. And there, number 53, Josh French, can just showcase his speed. 12, Tommy Atkins, responding very, very well, though. He's not making it easy for those drivers to try and get ahead of him. Well, is it a formality, or can 337 Lee Merriweather produce a minor miracle and snatch a victory from the expectant 357 Jamie Turnbull? He's coming on to his final 2 laps now, and surely he must be feeling there is nothing that can stand in his way of a 100% record on this penultimate meeting of the 2020 stock car season here at Onchan Raceway. There have been plenty of twists and turns along the way, but I don't think there's going to be anything that can be done to prevent 357 Jamie Turnbull from making it 4 wins from 4 races and capping off what has been a perfect afternoon in the sunshine. He goes round that final corner. 4 from 4 for Turnbull. That's pretty much as near to perfection as you can get. 337 Lee Merriweather the next through. On 53, Josh French will settle for third place. But it has been an exceptional afternoon of racing from 357 Jamie Turnbull. Everything has fallen for him from start to finish, not just in race 4, but from the first lap of race 1 to the final lap of race 4. This man has led the way, and he goes round for the 4th time this afternoon with that checkered flag. Let's hear it for your winner, number 357, Jamie Turnbull. Confirmation, your race winner, 357, Jamie Turnbull. One by one, cars have fallen by the wayside due to fierce collisions and crashes. That means there are only 4, which I think has immediately turned to 3, with number 18, Grant Crellin, being a bit of a non-starter here. There's a yellow flag, I think, waving as he looks like he might be able to get going. He's going to need some encouragement from the crowd watching, I think, folks. But 23, Gemma Moore it is, who leads the way ahead of 24, Lee Jordan, and 728, Tom Westbrook. Now, one of these is going to be a 2-time winner this afternoon, because all 3 of them have got themselves a checkered flag already this afternoon, albeit in a race with depleted numbers. And look at that overtake on the inside there from 24, Lee Jordan. Gemma Moore just forced out a bit too wide, and Jordan seizes on any opportunity he gets to move into the lead. Tom Westbrook is closing in on 23, Gemma Moore as well, but true, there really isn't much in this race at all. And then we have 18. Crellin is going finally. He's had problems. His car doesn't look the healthiest, does it? In the meantime, 728, Tom Westbrook, he's gone round the inside of 23, Gemma Moore, moving into second place as Jordan overtakes 18, Grant Crellin, who's a bit of an obstacle there for the drivers to get past, because he's just creeping along at a snail's pace with 24, Lee Jordan, just flexing his muscles now, isn't he? Showing the speed that he can reach as he gets onto the straights. Handbrake on, his tyres squeak round the corners. Can 728 Tom Westbrook get anywhere near 24 Lee Jordan? Lee Jordan in danger of just making it a bridge too far for 728 Tom Westbrook. Still 2 laps to go though. And if Jordan gets stuck behind 18 Grant Crellin, that could allow 728 Tom Westbrook the perfect opportunity to snatch a victory from the unlikeliest of places, as 728 Tom Westbrook passes 18 Grant Crellin. Well, not long remaining in this race now. 24 Lee Jordan is going to get his hands on his second checkered flag of the afternoon. And confirmation, he's first across the line. Westy takes second, 23 Gemma Moore in third. And fair play to number 18, Grant. Trophy presentations for this afternoon's meeting, kindly sponsored by Barbary Coast. In the Swift Motors production rods this afternoon, in third place overall, number 337, Windy Lee Merriweather. In second place this afternoon, he's not been back too long, but he's showing what we've been missing. Number 53, Josh French. But your overall winner in the Swift Motors production rods this afternoon, with 4 wins from 4 races. A perfect day in the sunshine for 357, Jamie Turnbull. In third place overall this afternoon, number 728, Westy Tom Westbrook. In second place this afternoon with one win from her 4 races, number 23, Gemma Moore. And with 2 wins to top the tree this afternoon, your overall winner in the bangers, number 24, Lee Jordan.